during the campaigning period, during that is 2024, our current president, who was then a candidate, promised that if elected into office as the president of the state, his first and foremost objective will be the stabilization of the macroeconomy. And truly, within 12 months, we've seen very much improvement in the macroeconomy of our country. For the fact that the government is able to stabilize the exchange rate and in fact bring it down, it has contributed immensely in bringing down inflation from 23.8% at the beginning of 2025 to currently around 6.3%. And for the same reason, our national debt has reduced by about 100 billion Ghana cedis. Our external debt in terms of that is the Cedi component. And the exchange rate, which is the GR Ghana reference rate, which banks usually use for loans outside, has reduced from 28% to about 15.9%. Now, given all these things, one can conclude that we are now able to stabilize our economy, macroeconomy, of course, and because of that, the president in its budget has stated that in 2026, which is this year, is going to focus on growth, economic growth, and infrastructure development. So far, I think the president has done well, but I would have wished that he put in place measures to consolidate these achievements by ensuring that we add more value to our exports. If it is not now, it should be able to put in place policies that will aim at ensuring that we add value to our exports and then stop exporting raw materials like cocoa and gold and so on. This will ensure a permanent solution to our macroeconomic position. I think it is feasible. Once we have a determined leader, as President Mahama appears to be, and we are able to manage our two major policies very well, effectively. These policies are the fiscal policy and then the monetary policy. The monetary policy is always under the ambit of the Bank of Ghana, that is the central bank. Over the past year, we have realized that the Bank of Ghana has played its role very effectively, leading to the stabilization of the exchange rate. If we are able to consolidate our reserve, that's our international reserve, and also government playing its complementary role by ensuring fiscal discipline, by ensuring that it's able to expand the tax net to cover so many people who are engaged in economic activities but are not paying taxes. And if government is able to discipline itself in terms of expenditure by avoiding some wasteful expenditure and also avoiding some extravagant lifestyle on the part of its members, this is very, very much possible. For the fact that the gold board is now bringing in more gold to shore up our supply of dollar, we should be able to ensure that we don't go in for more loans as we did in some few years ago, which landed us in the debt trap. So the president's statement, I think, is feasible, and if he's very, very serious and work on it, we should be able to achieve just that. And we make it a point, we should not go back to the IMF. The fact that any government goes to the IMF means that the government has indicated a vote of no confidence in itself. For the fact that it is not able to effectively manage the resources at its disposal, and then it resort to external forces to come and tell us what to do with our resources. So we should be able to avoid this, and the president's statement is in the right direction. We should try to consolidate the gains made so far by ensuring that the gold board is given enough authority to operate, and the operation must be sustained. In other words, successive government should be compelled to keep this institution because it is playing a very important role in our macroeconomic stability. And secondly, the president must ensure that he puts in place some policies that will ensure value addition to our exports so that it becomes a permanent feature in our body politics and then the economy. So that we'll be able to, at any point in time, from one time to another, we should be able to increase the supply of the dollar on the domestic front and also have some reserve as a buffer so that permanently we'll be able to protect the cedi and ensure that it does not plummet into what we saw last 2-3 years. This can be done if we have very serious and determined leaders, as China used to have in the 1970s. We should be able to develop our economy on our own, whether party A or B is in power or not. We should be able to stick to these policies so that we stop going to the IMF as we have stated.